event you are part of involves vibrations that start at the tip of my mouth, travel through the air to reach the two ears of each one of you. The event you are part of is lit by electromagnetic radiations. Waves, smells, dead things, things alive, things to be born. The event you are part of is partly constituted of a heterogeneous organism, bringing in oxygen and flushing out carbon dioxide. Everything you bring in, you can see it. And everything you flush out, you can see it as well. You exchange all sorts of substances. You touch without touching. You kiss without kissing. You penetrate each other's bodies. The event you are part of has been announced as a festival for bacteria. They have met in the kisses and in the handshakes just outside. They are now joyfully dancing in the air. Some of them were resting for a long time in these curtains and on these walls. We, the humans, are discreetly pulsing the event you are part of a large number of heartbeats. Beating, beating, beating. In the event you are part of, are maybe also beating smaller hearts. Thoughts, ashes, actors, touch, words, leather and rubber soles, body fluids, dust, ghosts. We are in the Garden of Eden. God tells Adam to give a name to all the living beings, to the plants, and to the animals. Adam does that. A dragonfly, a melanistic leopard, a giant polypore, a coast redwood tree, a nocturnal bird of prey, a blue-green paradise bird, a dragonfish, a starfish. He makes himself the master of all. Symbolically, they become his property. Then Adam meets Eve, they eat the apple, and they are thrown out of the garden. Their descendants, or the ones that think themselves as their descendants, continue the job that Adam had started. They conquer, they colonize, they produce. They cross the oceans. They find new land, to which they give old names. They find new animals and new plants that were maybe not in the Garden of Eden. Slowly, they fill every blank place that was on the map with content. They know it, they own it, they use it. This process ends with the conquest of the American West. They arrive to California, and they end up at the Pacific Ocean. Nothing to conquer anymore, nothing to colonize. So they look up, and they see the moon. So they go to the moon. They plant their flag on it, and then, for the first time, they look back. And they take a picture. It's very hot. There's a lot of sand everywhere. It's a large square delimited by big buildings. The buildings must have housed department stores or offices or hotels a long time ago. Now, they are brown, as the ground is brown, and the air is brown as well. It is difficult to tell the difference between the walls, the ground, and the air. Some 20 people have assembled at one corner of the square. They take shelter under one of the big buildings in groups of 2 or 3 people. They don't seem to know each other, but they seem to be waiting for the same thing. Then, the front door of the building opens. The people enter the building. When the people are all inside, the person that had opened the door, a small elderly woman who protects her entire body with thin layers of canvas, closes the door behind them. It's a long corridor. There is no artificial light, so it's quite dark inside. And the sand has invaded this interior place as well. The people follow the woman inside the corridor. They arrive at the door. She knocks on the door. So, you all arrived here a few minutes ago, and you are all well seated. And this is the moment when the man here in the third row stands up. He stands up and he passes through the people of his row, and he climbs down the stairs and he comes on stage. He comes on stage and he comes to sit here, next to me. And the only thing he does is actually looking back at you and at where he comes from. And he does that in a very relaxed way. And then he relaxes even more. And he goes and lay down on the floor. And his head is laying down there on the floor as well now. But he keeps on looking at the people that are in this area. And he relaxes even more. And then he closes his eyes. And he starts to sleep. Here. In front of you. His body dissolves in the floor. His breathing becomes heavy. And from this moment on, everything that happens here or elsewhere in the space has an influence here. So every sound that is produced in the space, he hears it. He hears the cracking of the lamps. Small sounds. But now we are going to do as if. We are going to do as if he would not be here, sleeping in front of you. So we are going to build a kind of bubble around him, like this. And we are going to continue with this event and with this day. And we're going to let him sleep